Mike follows the dynamic and controversial story of legendary boxer Mike Tyson. And this morning, we're stepping into the ring with actor Russell Hornsby, who plays Don King, who you just saw there. Russell, thanks for joining us this morning. And this is such a complicated character. And before we get started, I saw a quote. It said, "Seek the truth in your portrayals." That's something you really want to focus on about whoever you are portraying. Now, this guy, obviously Don King had an amazing life, an incredible life. He was a promoter from Muhammad Ali, a plethora right through Mike. What was it like for you to grasp onto this character? And you talked about there's layers to him. You had to decide which aspect of him you really wanted to emphasize.
Well, we all, people heard about, his past and growing up in Cleveland and being part of the mafia and running numbers and whatnot. And then he went to prison and really educated himself. He was a voracious reader. And, that's where he began to sort of develop his level of showmanship, understanding that being a boxing promoter, you need to give the people a show. Right. And I think he learned a lot from Ali, because initially Ali was the show, right?
True.
Saying floating like a butterfly and stinging like a bee. And then when you get to work with Mike Tyson, you meet him, he's a little bit more subdued. So I think he realized he had to get out in the forefront.
Gotcha.
And sort of be the show to bring the people to the man, instead of the man going to the people.
Right. So for you were grasping really onto that aspect of him when he was with Tyson more than any other part of his
100%. I mean, the thing is, for me, I'm a theatrical by nature, and I love the the limelight and the spotlight and sort of being that carnival barker. That's who Don King was at that time. So I tapped into that inner theatrical.
Well, just from that little clip, you can certainly feel it. Now, you also played a boxing promoter. I guess it was in Creed 2,
yes,
correct?
Yeah.
So
Buddy Marcel.
Are you trying to tell us something? Do you want to do something else on the side? Is that just coincidence?
Well, the thing is, I could do something else on the side in terms of just being that salesman.
Right.
You know what I mean? I have a little bit something for everybody. Sure. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and children of all ages.
There you go. Step right up, right? But the series isn't just about boxing, really. There's some societal issues that are really important. And what were you trying to get across in that, and what did you appreciate about the story itself?
Well, I appreciated that we're now telling this story today in 2022. So we're asking, audiences to take it from that lens. We understand there was a different time in the 80s and in the 90s when we're dealing with boxing, we're dealing with pugilism and, mental health, misogyny, feminism and things of that nature. We weren't as keen in our awareness and our understanding at that time. I'm saying we have a better understanding. So now what we're asking is, when we're looking at this film, let's begin to have a nuanced conversation about what those ills were before, and see how we not, make the same mistakes.
Sort of moving it forward somewhat while telling that historical story.
100%, yeah.
So there are a lot of recognizable names in this, obviously, in the cast, including yourself, but Trevante Rhodes, he plays Mike, and Laura Harrier, who played Mike Tyson's wife, Robin Gibbons. And the show is also produced by, which this kind of surprised me, Margot Robbie and husband Tom Ackerley.
Yes.
So what was it like working with this whole crew?
Well, Margot Robbie knew Craig Gillespie. They had worked together from I, Tonya. Okay. So it brings that sort of that in-your-face style of directing, breaking the fourth wall, talking to the camera and everything like that. It's sort of giving them, sort of like in Shakespeare, the aside. And so it's giving the audiences an opportunity to see what else is going on in the character's mind. And so it's really just in your face and fun, and we're just trying to bring a new tone, to the story.
A new sensibility of telling the
Absolutely.
story. Now, was there anything that you learned about Mike or Don when you were setting up for this that maybe you didn't know before you started taking on this role?
Well, as I said before, for Don, I didn't realize how much time he spent reading while he was in prison, and that was big for him. And I think that what he understood coming out of prison was that, you have to give people expect a show. Right. When we're dealing with entertainment and the arts, and realizing in order to be successful, a successful entrepreneur or a business person, you also have to be keen in business, but also keen in your showmanship. Sure. And so I learned a lot about that from Don, and he was able to sort of make a lot of miracles happen.
Yeah, I mean, he was the king, pardon the pun, of that. So, I mean, people have seen you in Fences, you've been in Grimm, you've been in so many different TV series over the years, but you've been working on another exciting show, season 2 of Black Mafia Family.
Yes.
So that's, you finished wraps on season 2 already on that?
Yeah, we finished wrap at the end of June.
Right. And executive producer is 50 Cent.
Yes. Who does, Power, the Power series that started here in New York. Right. Raising Kanan, Ghost Book 2. all of those and force that takes place in Chicago. So he has his tentacles in a lot of different places.
But he has great things to say about you. What does that make you feel like when you?
Well, you feel like, yeah. Well, we've worked together before in the past, and he just remembered that time from doing Get Rich or Die Trying, and that he said, I guess he saw me, plying my trade and working hard, and he said, let me give his brother another shot.
Yeah, awesome. Now, another quote that I don't know if you were quoting it or was yours. You can't lie in life and tell the truth on stage.
Yes.
Explain that a little bit to us.
Well, an actor, Stephen Henderson, that I used to work with on doing a lot of theater, he used to tell me that, you can't lie in life and tell the truth on stage. And so, you have to be who you say you are.
So you had come to New York City when you were younger, started in theater, correct?
Yes.
Okay, you did
correct.
some off-Broadways.
Off-Broadway,
Off-Broadway,
off-Broadway, a lot of August Wilson.
Just one off is good enough.
And then had the good fortune of working with Denzel Washington and Viola Davis in the remount of Fences back in 2010, and
so
we did the movie as well.
You took the trip to L.A. and did that whole deal. So then that's what brought you more into film and television.
100%. Every actor, every theatrical wants to leave New York. You learn the craft of acting here in New York, and then you go make some money in L.A.
That's where right. But for you personally, is there a choice, a preference, stage, TV, big screen?
As I get older, I prefer the screen.
Yeah.
That's theater's work. Eight shows a week.
I don't know
6
how,
days.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's a lot of work, and you have to respect those theater actors. Because what they do every day, just getting up and being so present and living a full day, with those 2 hours on stage.
Yeah, it's incredible. Well, thank you for spending so much time with us this morning. Appreciate it. Good luck with everything moving forward. You're a busy guy.
Yes.
There's much more to come. Okay, Russell. Again, it premieres tonight on Hulu. It's called Mike, and you can catch it. And if you want to binge it, it's bingeable, right?
Well, they're doing 2 episodes start today and 2 episodes for the next 3 weeks.
Okay.
And so in a month, all 8 episodes will be on.
Fantastic.
For people to binge.
All right, looking forward to it. Thanks again.